Alright, so let's talk about the anatomy of an HTML tag and break it down to its component parts so that we can actually understand how they are structured and how we can use them. So we have written HTML elements like so. So here we have the words hello world and they are enclosed by an opening tag and closing tag. And in the between those tags is the content that we want to apply that structure to. So if you think back the days of marking down a manuscript, it exactly the same as putting down a squiggly line underneath certain words or phrases and asking the publisher to make it bolded to effect. The structure of certain parts of the text. Now in this case, the publisher just happens to be the browser shown. Now the other type of tag that we just saw that tags that don't have a closing tag. They are expressed simply like so and these are called self-closing tags. And we have seen that with the break tag and there are a few more other tags work like this also. Look the documentation for the heading elements, you can see that there's this part in the table that say tag omission and it says that both the starting and ending tags are mandatory so that you can specify which portion of your text you want to apply this structure to. Now, if we have a look at the BR or the line break element, you can see that under tag omission, it says that it must have a start tag and must not have an end tag. So this is how we find out how we write our tags. Now while we are here, I want to introduce you to another element called the horizontal rule or the HR tag, and this will allow to create these horizontal lines above and below our portion of text. So as you can see the documentation under tag omission, it also says that it must not have an end tag. So this is also a self-closing tag. So let's head back over to our pen so that we can add these two horizontal rules above and below our text. So the first one is going to be here, going to go here, and the last one is going to go here. So you can see that our web page now has two horizontal lines above and below our main portion of text. Now if we have a closer look at this website, you can see that their horizontal rule is a little bit thicker than ours. You can simply right click on the element that you are interested in and click inspect in order to look at the HTML and CSS code that's being rendered in the background by the browser. So you can see here they have got an HR element, horizontal element, and it's BR or HR or whatever it is that you want to use. Now second part inside the angle bracket or inside our tag is new and this is called an HTML attribute, and it is basically gives more information to the browser to specify modifications to the HTML element. So in this case we are saying that we want to horizontal rule but we want it in size 3. Now what does size 3 mean and how do we know that we have these HTML attributes available to us? You have guessed it, we are going back to the documentation. Now I am making a big deal about going to the documentation, but it really is an important skill. Understanding and being able to look up the documentation, being familiar with the structure of it and where to look in order to find out how to implement or do certain things. So we have looked at our documentation for HR. You can see that there's this selection called attribute and that's what we spoke about just now. The attribute comes after the main HTML element and is separated from the elemented by a single space. In this case, horizontal rule element has actually quite a few attributes include align, so you can specify whether you want to your horizontal line to align to the left or align to the right or be centered. You can specify the color of the horizontal rule. Their horizontal rule looks like different to us is because ours is by default only 1 pixel high or 1 pixel in size, whereas theirs, if you inspect the HTML, is 3 pixel in height, and they have also specified no shade, that is no shading to the horizontal rule. So if we want to make our website seamless copy of what we see there here, then we also have to specify those attributes. So if you remember, the horizontal rule is a self-closing tag, and so inside the tag we are going to make a space, and then we are going to specify the name of the attribute, which you know from the documentation to be called the size attribute, and we are gonna set it to equal 3 pixel, and then we are going to specify that it is no shade, that is no shading. And we know we have seen HTML elements that require an opening tag as well as closing tag. We have also seen HTML elements that have self-closing tag, and finally we have seen that HTML elements can also have an attribute where you can specify modifications to the default element. Now all we need is just to add one final tag called center to our HTML file, and we would have now faithfully copied what this website looks like. So you can have a look through the HTML by remember right clicking and inspecting in Chrome, and you can look through the see how they have structured the rest of the document as well. Now this is a good point to mention our first challenge. So we have got this HTML. Now you can either save it anonymously or you can create a free account in CodePen in order to be able to access this later on. But I want you to create a brand new pen, and this pen is going to be our code playbook, and you are going to use this document as an interactive notebook, if you will. And I want you to document here all the new things that you have learned as we progress through the course. So for example, in this and the last lesson we have learned about the h1 tag. So in our code playbook, the first thing that's gonna go in is your h1 tag, and you can say that this is a label one heading create using the h1 tag. Go ahead and close it off, and you can look through the documentation to perhaps copy some of these code snippets over, but make sure that whenever you are copying pasting code, that you understand what the code does. The things was the copy and pasting code that breaks your website because you don't understand what you have put in there. So we can go ahead then modify each of these, so that where we are creating our own website and we want to come back to our playbook and have it as point of reference, then we will able to see easily at glance all of the elements that we have used and we have learned about before. So my challenge you is to create your own code playbook and to start keeping notes on all the things that you are learning in this course. Now sometimes we have certain elements, for example line break, you want to be able. Thank you for attending the class. We learned a lot in this video, that anatomy of HTML, and in the next video we learn to make a portfolio in HTML. So I am so excited for the next video. See you in the video. Bye bye.